What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video. And this is a very interesting story because Marca, the Spanish newspaper, is reporting that Liverpool are ready to make a £45 million bid for Real Madrid midfielder Dani Ceballos, who is a Spanish international. He is 22 years old and he is playing in centre midfield for Real Madrid. And this is a very interesting story, so listen to this video carefully until the end because I will have a lot of transfer stories and also what Jurgen Klopp said about Liverpool's transfer policy and other news stories in this video. So I pack a lot of new information in this one, so I hope you enjoy. If you do, leave a like, it takes a second for you guys and it really helps me out. And also subscribe, turn on the bell notification so you never miss the latest Liverpool transfer news videos on my channel. So Spanish publication Marca has reported that Real Madrid want a buyback clause inserted in the deal to take Ceballos to Liverpool because Real Madrid believe that the Spanish under-21 international has the potential to one day lead their midfield, but at the moment first team opportunities for Ceballos is very limited. He's not probably like good enough to start week in week out for Real Madrid, at least that's how Real Madrid see it, but he would be good enough to be a very good option for Liverpool going forward. And the buyback clause enables Real Madrid to sell the midfielder for a hefty fee in the region of 45 million before re-signing him should Ceballos develop and become a world-class midfielder. And what is very interesting in this deal is that Liverpool first were against this idea as it offers them very little protection in terms of keeping hold of the player or selling him for a big profit. But Marca is reporting that Liverpool had a change of heart because Jurgen Klopp is such a big fan of Dani Ceballos apparently that he's willing to overlook the buyback clause and he's ready to make a bid to sign Ceballos. And what's more, the buyback clause would be considerably higher than the £45 million deal that Liverpool would sign Ceballos for, and that would basically mean that Liverpool would get a profit even if Real Madrid decide to buy Dani Ceballos back. But it would of course leave Liverpool a little bit vulnerable because if Ceballos becomes one of the most important players in Liverpool's midfield in the coming years, Real Madrid can always buy him back for like something like £60 million or something like that. But if that's the only way that we could get Ceballos, and Jurgen Klopp is such a big fan of him, he is dubbed as the next Xabi Alonso. I'm not really liking these next so-and-so tags putting on players. But if you guys don't really watch Dani Ceballos regularly, he is a similar player to Xabi Alonso, and here is what kind of player he is. So Dani Ceballos is an exciting midfield talent who basically is a jack of all trades, if you like. He excels in all areas, particularly in terms of technical ability, because he has very strong passing, first touch, good technique, very good dribbling, very good vision, long shots and finishing attributes make him a very creative and clever player who can hurt the opposition in a variety of ways. And in terms of mental attributes, the Real Madrid midfielder is extremely well developed for a 22-year-old with high attributes for leadership, work rate, decision making, bravery, teamwork, positioning, concentration, composure, aggression and anticipation. So he is basically excelling in all areas. I think for 45 million this could be a very good deal because as you know, a 22-year-old midfielder is probably ahead, the best years is ahead of him, that's what I meant to say. He played 34 games for Real Madrid last season, so he wasn't a regular starter. Sometimes he came on as a substitute from the bench, But if Jurgen Klopp is such a big fan of him, I think it's worth taking a punt on him, in my opinion. And Dani Ceballos started out his career at Real Betis, who are one of my favorite clubs, so I watched Dani Ceballos quite a lot of times, and he was a very, very good, outstanding midfielder for Real Betis. And then Real Madrid signed him in 2017. In his first season at Real Madrid, he only played 22 games, but he scored 2 goals, and he already played 6 times for the Spanish national team as well. He played in the UEFA Nations League group stages. And of course at Real Madrid he won the Spanish Super Cup, the Champions League, the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup twice as well. Also he won the Spain Under-21 Championship in 2019. That is the championship that just finished this summer, and Dani Ceballos was a very big part of that. And also he won the Under-19 Championship for Spain in 2015, so he already has 2 European Championship winners medals in youth levels, which is, I think, very, very good. And Dani Ceballos was asked about his plans for next season, and this is what he said: "The most important thing in this life is to be happy, and it is something that can only be achieved by playing around 40 games a year. My personal goal for next season is to play 40 games, to get comfortable with myself at all times, wherever it is, but in a place where I can feel valued." So Dani Ceballos is hinting there that his future might lie elsewhere. He is not a regular starter for Real Madrid, and the Real Madrid fans are not like a huge fan of Dani Ceballos. So he wants to go to a club where he's valued and where he's playing at least 40 games per season, and I think Liverpool would be that ideal club. But other Premier League clubs like Tottenham and Arsenal are also interested in Dani Ceballos. And after he returned to Real Madrid, after winning the Euro Under-21 Championship, he said that he had no specific league in mind for his next move, but he isn't worried about leaving Spain. This is what he said: "What I know is that I want to enjoy next year, and I'm open to try new experiences. I am not afraid. I know that next year I have a very nice challenge ahead. I would like to try new things and above all enjoy a lot." So trying new things means probably leaving Real Madrid and going out on loan or going to another club permanently. And I really hope that Liverpool will be the club that Dani Ceballos signs for. But we have to stress that Liverpool are not interested in a loan move. We are not interested in loaning Ceballos, and I think that's good, because Ceballos is already a first-team player, and Liverpool don't really loan players in. Because loaning Dani Ceballos would be just helping Real Madrid develop their own player. Instead, what we want to do is sign him permanently, and then we have an asset that if we put time and effort into Dani Ceballos, that could increase his transfer value, and we could sell him on for a profit or keep him and help Liverpool. So it's a win-win situation for Liverpool. If loaning Dani Ceballos is the only option, I think Liverpool will not go for this deal. And that's just my feeling after reading all these reports. And of course the big debate is, do Liverpool really need another midfielder? We already have Oxlade-Chamberlain coming back from injury, Adam Lallana coming back from injury, we will have probably Harry Wilson next season as well. So Liverpool already have a very good midfield setup. But Dani Ceballos is a quality player, so if Jurgen Klopp is a big fan of him, according to the Marca newspaper he is, and we can sign him for 45 million, I think Liverpool should go for it. And now let's talk about what Jurgen Klopp thinks about the new season, about Liverpool's transfer strategy and everything else. So Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp feels that Liverpool must refocus for the new campaign, but also Jurgen Klopp expects the experience of winning the Champions League to have instilled even more desire into his players. This is what Jurgen Klopp said to LFC of course we move on. It's not that wherever we go it's like morning, we won the Champions League, but why should we forget it? As oh my goodness, I just love the sense of humor of Jurgen Klopp. It's always so refreshing to hear him. It's just something that should give the boys more confidence. Jurgen Klopp continued, that's important, but if you only use confidence you have no chance. But nobody should worry about this team. It's not about being finally satisfied, happy or done with our careers because we won the Champions League. There is so much to go for. We smelled really how it feels. We played the final, we won the final, we came into the city, we saw the people. That's something you can get addicted to. You want to have that much more often. And just my comment, it's true, the last trophy parade has been 14 years ago in 2005, so it was about time that Liverpool had another trophy parade, and the Champions League trophy parade was just incredible. I got goosebumps just watching it on YouTube, and I was just so happy for the city, for the fans and everybody. And I think winning breeds winning. Liverpool will be probably even hungrier next season to win more trophies. So let's see what Jurgen Klopp has to say, and I quote, "It was very special, so you cannot forget it. It was very special. It's something for the future when you look back on a career, and nobody can take that away from you. But while you are in your career, as well as we all are, you have to use it as the next base or basis to start for the new season, because it's a completely different season. But it's all positive in the moment, of course." And reflecting on his summer, Jurgen Klopp, as a European champion, the manager said, "It was actually better than I expected, to be honest, because it was long ago that I won something, so I didn't know exactly how it feels anymore, so it was good. It was a big difference to last year when I met people and they wanted to have a picture and it was like, oh, I'm sorry, unlucky. This year it was different. A holiday is always good after a long, intense season. Everybody understands that you need a couple of days off. That's what we had. But it was long enough to be really full of energy and ready to go again. So Jurgen Klopp is ready to go again, and he actually identifies 4 new players for Liverpool as Liverpool's pre-season begins. Those 4 new players are Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Adam Lallana, Ryan Brewster and Joe Gomez. And this is what Jurgen Klopp said: if Oxlade-Chamberlain can stay fit, he is a new player for us. Ryan Brewster, the same. He's a really big talent. We are really looking forward to seeing him in training and all that stuff. It will be an important role for us. We planned an important role for Brewster. So new player. Like Joe Gomez is pretty much a new player. Adam Lallana, a new player. After a lot of problems last year, if these boys can really stay fit, then that's completely different to last year for the team, because there is real quality, and that's cool. So yeah, Jurgen Klopp here, I think he's hinting towards the fact that Liverpool might not be overly busy in the summer transfer window. I still expect Liverpool to make 1 or 2, at least one new signing. We already signed Van den Berg, and I expect probably 1 or 2 more as well. But Jurgen Klopp is right here that if Gomez, Lallana, Oxlade-Chamberlain and Brewster can stay fit and contribute throughout the season, and I would put Harry Wilson into this bunch as well, even though Jurgen Klopp didn't mention Harry Wilson specifically here, so maybe Harry Wilson will be sold. We are not really sure about that. But if these 4 players can stay fit, that's a massive boost towards Liverpool's squad depth. So I really hope that they can stay fit, because especially Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, I expect a lot of goals from him next season. And also I expect Joe Gomez to form a very strong partnership with Van Dijk, because remember that we started the season with Joe Gomez and Van Dijk at the back last season, and our defense was outstanding up until Joe Gomez got injured. We actually were on course to break the Premier League record of conceding just 15 goals throughout the whole season. In the end, Liverpool, I think, conceded 22 goals throughout the whole season, which is still an incredibly low number. In 38 games to concede just 22 goals is incredible, but I really hope that we can even improve on that. Jurgen Klopp said this about Liverpool's new signing, Sepp van den Berg. He's a big talent, but a young boy, and we already have a good team. He took the challenge. He really wanted to be part of this, and I'm really happy for him. We make signings for immediately or for the future, and it's always about the boys, what they make of it. The first impression here was really good, and I'm happy to have Sepp around. And Van den Berg spoke about his experience around being around the Liverpool team and his first day of training, and this is what he said. It's been great. When I walked in, I was quite nervous, but I talked to the players and the staff, and now I feel at home. It feels good. Everybody has been really nice to me, and they all said hi and helped me if I had any questions. So it feels a really nice place. Jurgen came to me when I walked in too, so I'm really excited. I watched that video of Jurgen Klopp greeting Sepp van den Berg. Jurgen Klopp is a very tall man. He's above 190 centimeters. And he was shorter than Sepp van den Berg. Sepp van den Berg, even though he's a 17-year-old kid, he looks like a giant. And Jurgen Klopp, the first thing that he said to Van den Berg is, "Wow, you're tall." So he was actually a little bit surprised how tall and how big Van den Berg is. And if he can bulk up, he can be a monumental defender for Liverpool, and I'm really looking forward to it. Van den Berg also said, "It was tough. The first day of pre-season was a little easier where I came from, but it's good. Tough but very good. I feel great. As I said, I already feel really at home here at Liverpool, and that's a big thing for me. I'm just looking forward. I am going to train hard, and hopefully I will play some minutes here." And the whole overall feeling that I got from this is that Sepp van den Berg will be a first team player next season. Liverpool didn't sign him to play in the under-23s. He feels like already a first team player, and he will be in the squad. We won't see him play in the Premier League anytime soon, but I expect Liverpool to maybe give him some minutes in the League Cup and just to ease him into things. There is no rush. He's 17 years old. He's not even an adult yet in terms of his age, which is incredible that he's already among Liverpool players. And I fully understand that he's nervous. I mean, you could feel his nervousness, and he was a little bit shy when he met Jurgen Klopp and the other players. But just imagine where you are as a 17-year-old, and imagine you are walking into the Liverpool dressing room as a 17-year-old kid, and you meet the Champions League winners, and you meet one of the best managers of Jurgen Klopp. Of course you are going to be nervous. If you are not nervous as a 17-year-old walking into Liverpool, then you are not human, in my opinion. So it's a fully understandable feeling, and I wish Sepp van den Berg all the best. And I feel that this kid will be special. Liverpool don't sign 17-year-old kids and put him in the first team squad if they are not special, and the Liverpool scouting team is always doing a very thorough, in-depth job, so I'm sure that Van den Berg will be a great talent. And Graeme Souness, the Sky Sports pundit and of course Liverpool legend, said that Liverpool will win more trophies under Jurgen Klopp now that they have broken their dog with winning the Champions League. And this is what he said, and I quote, "You need a wee bit of luck in everything you do. No one can deny that Liverpool are improving every season since Jurgen Klopp came in. When Klopp came to speak to us at Sky Sports, when he was on the touchline at Cardiff a couple of months back, I said to him that it will be only a matter of time before you start winning trophies with this team. It's inevitable, more will come. They only lost one game all season in the Premier League last year, and that was at Man City. I was at that match, and it should have been a draw. If you ask any Premier League player who they don't enjoy playing against, they may say that it's hard to get the ball off City, but they would also admit that Liverpool bully you. In James Milner they have a quiet assassin, and I don't think I'd particularly enjoy playing against their midfield because they are on you all the time. They want to get physically involved with you and they steamroller the fact they come after you with an intensity and never leave you alone is great for Liverpool's back four. Wijnaldum, Fabinho, Henderson, Milner do a great job for the team. More success will come for them. And I fully agree with Graeme Souness. This Liverpool team is so good that it should win more trophies, but the competition is fierce. Man City will try to win again every trophy in England, so I think they will be our main rivals for all the trophies, and I think Liverpool should go for all of them. Of course, the priority will be the Premier League and the Champions League, but I expect Liverpool to go hard in the FA Cup as well, because we haven't won the FA Cup for a long time, since 2006. But Jurgen Klopp will have a big squad to choose from, and if we don't have an injury crisis, our squad is big enough and good enough to go for a lot of trophies. And remember that Liverpool will be in 7 trophies next year, so let's go for all of them and let's try and win as many as possible. I will be very disappointed if Liverpool don't win at least 2 or 3 trophies next season, so bring it on, and thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.